What is up, guys? It's Trevor with Embers Living. Exciting video today. You know, we'd review a lot of Weber stuff. They have a lot of really cool stuff. And today I'm so excited because they've launched a brand new model. This is the new redesigned Weber Genesis for 2022, one of their biggest launches in a really long time. But I wasn't just gonna review this for you guys. I went and found myself a 2021 version as well. So we can tell you what this piece of crap is like compared to the new and improved one. No, I'm just kidding. They're both nice grills. So this is the old one. We're gonna compare the old one versus the new one so you can see the two side by side. So you can see if the new redesigned Weber Genesis is the model that's right for you. Let's get going. All right, don't forget, if you're in the Denver, Colorado area, come to our showroom. You can see a whole showroom full of Webers for yourself. If you want to buy a Weber, you're in the Weber market, come down and take a look. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like buttons, smash, subscribe, do all the things with TikTok, all that stuff. Because here's what's so cool, is these are just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the tip of the iceberg with the review with the new Weber. We have a lot more Versus videos coming. We got probably some cook videos coming. We're waiting on the new Smart Grill that's coming out. A lot of stuff up on the deck as we get into springtime with Weber, which we're super excited about. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those videos. All right, so Weber completely redesigned the Genesis lineup, top to bottom. So I thought it would be cool if we show you what the old one is like, even though we have reviews on them. But I think it's really helpful and beneficial when they're directly side by side, so you can see in the same camera shot what is different about these grills. Now, one of the beefs I've had, get it because it's a barbecue? Bad joke. One of the beef I have with the Genesis lineup is, as cool as it is, this is just me, and it's not a knock on the product at all. I think they have way too many stinking models. It is super confusing. There are so many models, so many. So what we're reviewing today is just one of the models, which brings me to another point. I've thought it would be kind of cool to get like every Genesis model in the same room, this room, and do a mega Genesis review and break down each model. That'd be like a 45-minute video because there's way too many. What do you guys think? Good idea, bad idea? Let me know in the comment section. If you guys want that video, I'll do it. But for now, there's a lot of new stuff on deck. So essentially, from what I can gather, it's hard to tell until I get them here in person and can break them down. There's essentially like a base grade Genesis model. And then there's the upgraded kind of middle tier model, which is what these models are here. And then there's also the premium Genesis model, which is the smart feature, the Smart Grill. And I'll tell you, I know there's some added benefits to the Smart Grill itself, but essentially there's 3 tiers, and within those 3 tiers, there's a lot of different choices within the tiers. So you got 3 tiers with different models in the tiers. I don't know the exact combination, but there's a lot of different Genesis. So for argument's sake, this is the middle of the line one. This is the only one I could get my hands on the exact same model. So that's what we're reviewing right now. So I gotta look at this thing and figure out what that is. All right, this is the S335. So the S stands for stainless steel. In the Genesis models, you can get them in an enamel finish or a stainless steel finish. The stainless steel finish is more expensive, but you do get some upgrades with the stainless steel. Instead of cast iron cooking grates, you go to stainless steel cooking grates. There's a lot of you cast iron fans out there that are gonna tell me that's not an upgrade. That's cool. A lot of people like cast iron. So for you to decide which one you want, the enamel one is by far a much better seller. I think because it's more affordable and people kind of like the enamel finish versus the stainless. What do you think, Chris? You like stainless or color? I mean, these are both stainless, but you like the color ones? I do. Color ones are nice because they're definitely more scratch resistant. If you see our Weber tests, you know, you can put a quarter on it, a key on it, you're not going to scratch that enamel. That's obviously not the case with stainless steel. Okay, old model. Let's get to business here. It's business time. Big difference. I mean, this is an obvious one, is going to be our casters or our wheel system. So we kind of have these big plastic casters and then these 2 plastic casters on the end. So rotationally, if you think about like a car or something, it really only steers with the front 2 casters, so it's harder to move around. This, we have upgraded metal casters with, I don't know if this is rubber or plastic, but it's definitely a beefier caster system, which I think is important because a lot of times we're mobile with these Weber grills. And then they have a locking mechanism on them, but because they all swivel, all 4 swivel, you can turn them tighter. So if you move your grill around a lot, that's an actual huge functionality feature, which is a big improvement. Another thing I've never liked, some of you guys have given me this feedback before, I've never liked the propane sitting on the outside of the grill with these little flimsy fenders here that kind of hide it. They hide it but don't hide it. I always thought that looked really tacky and not my favorite thing. But you guys pointed out the nice thing about it is you get more storage under here. Personally, I'd rather have that thing tucked away rather than have it visible and ugly. So what they've done is on the new one, the pedestal is much beefier. So the propane's gonna go inside now. So we have a spot for our propane, and then also we have this little functional little shelf here where you can use some storage. Now, what is still cool is the old one, you can see it over here somewhere. It's right in here. It's not very visible, actually. It's kind of annoying to look at. You got to really get down here, but this kind of tells you how full your propane is. By the way, Chris, that looks like we're about on empty on that propane. Yeah. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's time for a refill. So they still have that. And like that one, it is way tucked away in the back here. But here's what's cool. Look at that. Now that's handy. So we got a little lever action. Go over here and let me press on it and let's see how good it moves, Chris. So let's say I put some propane. Oh yeah, see? So if you had a heavy propane tank sitting on here, you're still gonna be able to tell how full your propane is. So for me, cosmetically, huge upgrade. Big time upgrade. Now, for some reason that just always really annoyed me. I think that's a huge improvement. And you can see this much easier. I mean, you don't have to bend over or look at it or anything. It's just right there. Boom, propane full. Boom, propane empty, time for a refill. I'm not gonna ruin my steaks. You just saved yourself a steak dinner, my friend. Big investment, good investment. All right, now you're probably wondering what this thing is here. So this, from what I can tell, again, I don't have all these grills in person yet. These grills just launched today. The day I'm doing the video, that's when they launched. So I don't have every one, but it seems like the base grade Genesis does not have this. Has everything else I just showed you, but not this. So this is a separate little storage compartment. How cool is that? So you get a little condiment tray, it looks like. You can move that down here. And then this is super cool because I think that's really functional. It's like a little storage cabinet. So you can put like cookie sheets, baking sheets. I don't know how many people are using baking sheets, but I would. Also, we'll talk about these in a second, but warming rack. Okay, so you can store your warming rack. It's pretty tight in there. Doesn't fit that great, but you can do it. Anyways, you can just put stuff in there, and that's cool. You could probably like smush up your cover, throw your cover in there. I think on a grill, more storage you have, the better. You can throw your brushes in there, baking sheets, pizza stones, wok bowls. Should I keep going? Is that enough? You guys need more accessories off the top of my head? You can fill it up with stuff, and that's really cool. I think that's actually a very functional feature. So far, we have much better mobility. Oh yeah, I mean, when you're in your backyard, you're gonna impress your friends when they see this kind of mobility. They're gonna be like, wow, I'm impressed. And you're gonna be like, I know, it's awesome. So we got extra mobility, we have extra storage, and we got a quick read on our propane. So far, here's what I hate. I hate when new stuff comes out, and to me, it's like, well, that's not very thoughtful. That's not that helpful. It's not that cool of an upgrade. So far, these are upgrades that are actually functional and helpful for you at home. And that means it's well thought out. So that's good. When we get a redesigned product, it's nice to see it really well thought out. That's important. All right, side shelves. So they've moved the side burner. Again, this middle tier model. I don't know if you can get it with or without a side burner. But anyways, the S335 has the side burner. Side burner's on the left side now. Side burner looks the same to me. I don't really see any upgrades there. Same specs. But they've enlarged, especially this right one, they've enlarged this side burner. So you have a lot more prep space here. Again, functional, helpful. You have a big platter of burgers. You got yourself some brats, some big trays of salmon. You need a place to set it. So the idea that we have a lot more prep space or more cook space is, again, functional. These are added value things that add value to this grill that make it a better grill and going to create a better experience at home. That's what I'm looking for with upgrades. Also, they've changed the handle. So you can see on the old handle, I wouldn't say this one's better. It's just different. I think it looks a little sharper though. I think it looks better, don't you, Chris?
It does.
Yeah. Also, again, we got to get our hands on it. This model doesn't have it, but when you go to the Smart Grill, I think we get lit up knobs. We obviously have our smart controller. And I think, I'm almost positive, that this handle, there's a screw on the end of it, and this handle is hollowed out. And you fill this handle up with batteries, and then it gives you interior lighting on the Smart Grill only. This grill doesn't have it. So I think that's part of the reason it's shaped this way, is it holds some big old batteries for the Smart Grill features, which is awesome, super cool. If you guys want to see a review of the Smart Grill, I think functionality-wise, I have the old model. I have not seen the new model yet. We'll include links below if you want to check that out. Okay, last thing on the outside of the grill. Our aluminum is different. So we went from basically like a gray paint to black. So our sides are black, our pedestal base is black. The sides are still gray, so that's kind of interesting. Outside of that, just a different color scheme. I personally think the black looks a little sharper, maybe because I've just been staring at the gray for years. But what do you think, Chris? You like the black?
Of course.
Of course. Of course Chris does. Also, the knobs are different. I do think they look a little more sophisticated, a little sharper looking. They definitely look better for sure. Also, too, they have simplified the Genesis line a little bit, which I'm appreciative of. Is before, it would be an option to have the sear burner. So this is basically a sear burner. I'll show you in a minute, but it's basically condensed burners together. So this area of the grill is going to be more like a hot spot or a hotter spot when you're searing. That sear burner is now red, just I guess so you obviously know what it's for, but also the sear burner standard on the Genesis lineup throughout now, which I think is cool. Simplify it a little bit. All right, should we get under the hood? So the old model, let's just show you how it is on the old model, and then I'll show you how it is on the new one. We have this sort of hinge system warming rack, which I always liked because it was a practical way to get it up out of the way. Then we have our cooking grates, again on the stainless steel model, they're stainless. If you get an enamel model, you're gonna get cast iron. And then essentially the way our burner system works, we have our flavorizer bars or whatever you call these. These sit over the burners. So you can see on the 335, which is our best selling size, we have 3 main burners. And then get in here, Chris, we have a 4th burner. This is gonna be our sear burner on these guys. We have a seamless aluminum tub, which if you guys watch any of my other videos, you know I really like that. I think it promotes even heat, it promotes longevity, all that. Ignition system. You can see each of these does have its own igniter. So you basically turn this, you can use 2 hands, press this igniter, and then hit that, and then you're ready to roll. Double-lined hood, that's really for discoloration on the stainless steel. Doesn't really affect performance in any way. All right, what's different with the new model? So the old grill, we're basically just under a foot. to the top of the hood. Oh yeah, 13 inches. Gained yourself a solid inch. I thought it was taller than that. I mean, it is taller, an inch, every inch helps, right? It's gonna give you more vertical space in the barbecue. If you're doing some birds or something, beer can chicken, the more vertical space we can get in the grill itself, the better. Now, it's not so much that the hood is taller that's important. There's another thing I can see just eyeballing this thing that's more beneficial. So neither one of these grills come with a rotisserie kit. You'd have to buy like a rotisserie as an add-on, but they don't really have like a good spot for like a motor bracket or anything. So rotisserie kits are a little trickier on the Genesis. So here's the old one. And if you did a rotisserie, see the spit rod's too big. I'm just using a generic one, but you can see, so that's where your rotisserie would sit. So if you kept your grill grates in, I mean, you have 3.5 inches to the spit rod. So if you have forks hanging out, those forks are almost gonna touch your grill grates. So to me, the Genesis has never had a rotisserie burner. That would have been something I would have liked to see in a Genesis upgrade, is to give us a true rotisserie rear burner to where we don't have to run the main burners. But you can still get the job done without a true rotisserie burner. But for me, if you really want this grill to rotisserie, it would have been nice to see that. Anyways, they've given us a little forethought on the rotisserie. You can tell just eyeballing this. Check out the sides. See how low this rotisserie bracket is gonna sit, this inset? Look at this. Oh yeah, we're gaining some major real estate there. So now, in the new one, what were we, 3 inches? 3.5? Yeah. Boom, 6 inches. Almost double the height. So even though we only have another inch in the hood, we've doubled our rotisserie height. Look at that, just eyeballing that. Now that's what I'm talking about. Also, it's further away from the burner since it doesn't have a true rotisserie. I think you'll be able to go low and slow with that rotisserie kit without it being so stinking close to the burners. But so major upgrade there if you're into rotisserie and you're gonna buy the rotisserie as an accessory, definitely better. Major redesign in this warming rack. Check this out. So, like I said, one of the things I always liked about the Weber warming rack is the majority of the time you're not using the warming rack, and it's really easy for it to fold away. Well, this does the same thing, but check this out. So we fold it here, and we fold it here, boom. We just gained a lot of extra, we just doubled our warming rack real estate. You kidding me? So, in their little promo they show like some tomahawk steak sitting up here, kind of slow cooking for like a reverse sear or something. So you got 11 inches. So that's definitely doable. You can definitely slow cook some or smoke like some tri-tip or something up away from the burners and kind of do like a low and slow. Again, functionality. I'm seeing functionality here. That's what I want to see. Much better. All right. So our firebox looks like the exact same. So same burners, same firebox, solid aluminum tub, our sear plates or sear diverters. I never say that right. Anyways, no change in the firebox itself. However, Weber's cook very evenly. They do a great job of the way they cook. So I think the idea behind not messing with anything in here is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's one of the things that makes Weber so good was their firebox. So don't change the firebox. They haven't changed the firebox, and I'm not mad at that. I don't think that's a bad thing. So firebox is the same. Okay, so the cooking grates are the same, 7mm stainless steel. And they sit in here like this, but we have a big fundamental difference in the cooking grates. Now let me show you. Old model, we have a 50-50 split on the cooking grates. So you get 2 of them. So the new model, it's the same, but we are a 60-40 split. So we have 60% and 40%. Now they're different sizes on purpose because there's a new thing called Weber Crafted. So what it is again, on this model, it comes with this inset, but what's cool is because the firebox is the same size, you can upgrade an old Genesis model to the Weber Crafted cooking setup. So what the Weber crafted cooking setup is now we take our 60% cooking grate out. Now this becomes that 60% cooking grate, and we're gonna put this over our sear station where the hottest part of the grill is. Then we put this guy over here, so we have 40% traditional, 60% Weber crafted. Now once we have this inset in, and it comes standard on this grill, they sell really cool accessories. So for example, one of their cool accessories is this little piece comes with it. So you'd set this guy right here, it looks like. And then we have different inserts that go into this. So one, with this natural ring, we can put like a wok bowl in here, and that's gonna actually sit down low. You can do wok style cooking. We have a cast iron sear grate that can go in here with really thick bars. It's not just, it's like more like a crisscross type bar for cast iron searing, like if you're searing steaks or tomahawks or tuna, like ahi tuna, like sushi style stuff. There's a sear inset, there's a pizza stone inset, there's a veggie basket. Basically, there's a bunch of different accessories and they're not that expensive. You can buy different inserts and then you can change them out and sort of turn the grill into what you need it to be. If you need it to be a pizza oven, it's a pizza oven. If you need it to sear steaks, you can sear steaks. You need it to be like a wok cooker, power burner type thing, you can do that. The point is in a very simple and easy way, you can turn this thing into a multi-function machine, which again, going back to functionality, I'm seeing added value here because it's really easy and simple to buy these accessories that aren't that expensive, which you could probably store down here, by the way, and put little inserts in here that are gonna enhance your cooking experience depending on what you're doing. Again, I like the well thought out features and I think it's cool. But what else is really cool is this little insert is designed in such a way, it has little knockouts. There is it can stay in the grill if you want it to. Like it doesn't make these grill grates sit up, they still sit perfectly flush, and then this piece sits down below it. So you can keep it out of the way without ever removing it from the grill. And then when you want to use some of those accessories, you simply just take that bigger grill grate out and move it over, boom, done. Easy, simple, awesome, love it, really good feature, cool stuff. And like I said, if you're like, oh, I just bought a Genesis last year, oh, that stinks. You have a couple of choices. One, sell it to your buddy and buy a new one. Choice number two is just buy this as a separate inset. So you can buy this as a separate accessory, these new grill grates with this insert, and then you're ready to roll even on your existing Genesis. So a couple options there, but you will miss out on all the other awesome features, so you probably should just upgrade. Just do it, you know you want to. Anyways, that's probably a wrap. Oh, here's a good picture. So you can see that picture. So here's like our pizza stone, Chris. See that? So that just sits in there. That's pretty cool. That's the new Weber Genesis. Like I said, more reviews to come. I'm really excited to review the new Smart Grill. I think that's going to be the best in the Genesis series. Of course, it's their most upgraded, their most expensive in the Genesis lineup, therefore it should be the best. We sell more high-end grills here, as you guys know, so we like to review the high-end stuff. It's super awesome. I'm really curious to not only get my hands on that grill, but see how it stacks up against its competitors. We'll be putting this up against its competitors and just kind of break them down and see which one we like better. Again, this is the brand new 2022 launch of the Weber Genesis. If you guys like this video, tell us, hit the like button, subscribe, follow our channel, because we have a lot more cool videos to come. Stay tuned till next time.